extension cable foundation. What's actually happened here is it started to dry out. This is over the long summer. You want to add more water when things. Don't stop watering. Even in the winter, you still need to water because we have basically direct desert conditions here now. And as the grade dries out, it pulls away from the foundation. Now this is the grade beam, and it goes down about another metre. Okay. As it pulls away from the grade beam is unsupported. And that's when you start to get problems with the foundation. We're going to be looking for telltale signs of issues with the foundation. I frankly don't expect to find some, but we're going to look. Okay. So going forward, you want to make sure you water every 2 to 3 days. You don't have to water for long. Just putting a little bit of water around the foundation every 2 to 3 days, 3 or 4 minutes at a time, would be sufficient. Dead bird. Probably got a nest up there. Since we're here and this is rocking about, that should be fixed. If it's left like this, it's going to break. So we'll put that in the report. This foundation inspection at the left elevation. Okay, so foundation is fine. It's got good support of the around the edges. The grade comes up high enough around the grade beam, so I like that. There's no big trees around that are going to suck a lot of moisture from it. But as we spoke about around the corner, going forward, maintain moisture in the soil. And a telltale sign of a problem is when you come to the foundation like we've got here, and you pull the grass back and make sure the ground is not pulling away from the foundation itself. Yours is reasonably good. In fact, yours is one of the better ones that I've seen in recent times. So you've done the watering properly, that's good. So you've got some value out of that money you've been spending on the water. Okay, now we're going to do what you've got in grading around a building. You've got a slope away from the building. That's a requirement, and this little line here, you can see it clearly just running along there. That's called a swale. It's a drain, basically, and that allows the water to drain from the ground out into the yard itself and away from the building, so that you've got good moisture control. Where did they actually damage the sprinkler? Right here. Yeah, so it was there, but it's not soggy at the moment. Yes. Yeah. We've also got gas pipes. Yeah, and the gas pipes. This one here. It won't come up. We'll get that up.
But this one,
That's where the leak was it?
I'm thinking it could be something else.
Yeah, we'll get the sprinklers to come up later and have a check. I don't want to make the ground wet yet. I want to save that and wait it a little bit later. The gas meter, you've not smelled any gas, have you? Because they drove over the grate, they could have easily broken the meter. I can't smell anything. There's nothing flowing through it. Okay, let's go and have a look. Where's the water meter? Yeah, water meter. Ah, there, okay. When you get a gutter emptying over a roof as it does there, what is actually happening, all the water that's collected by that gutter there is brought along here and then it flows down the roof there. It's concentrated. And as such, over a period of years, it can damage the shingles and at some point it could cause rot in the roof. What should actually happen is there should be a downpipe fitted that runs from there down to the roof. To this here. Now the builder would turn around and say, I don't have to do that, it's not required by code, blah 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 blah. You can get somebody, a handyman, to fix one of those for you, $200 to $100 at most. You have all of them fixed and that will stop that ever happening. So your roof will last a lot longer, just because that is done that way. So here we got the flashings, they're in good order. And you should time to time come round and you can see how around the flashing you've got the silicone corking, that sort of gunk that's been put around to seal it. You should look at that and make sure there's no cracks in it. Because if it's got cracks in it, water could get it. Yeah. That's right, yeah. The corking is this material here. And we're going to come back and look at the windows, this. Okay, and you can see when we go up here, you can see that you've got it around that flashing, that's where that's been painted, and then around it, all the way around it, it's sealed. And that's all in good condition, but you know, again you've got the gutter. We're just going to look at the soffits, the rest of the roof, but so far, apart from that gutter draining over the roof, everything's looking good. You've got the gutter that drains over the roof, but it doesn't matter because it's a metal roof and the water can't damage it. But up there, can you see where the trim work is coming down the wall? Can you see that little hole there? Yeah, that needs to be filled in. There's a problem here. Yeah. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Let's continue with the roof, otherwise we're starting to get confused. So, this brown metal here, that's called counter flashing. That goes over the step flashing. Can you see it there? And can you see where you see the end of it? Can you see to the right that little hole? That needs to be filled in. And continuing round. Again, we're focusing on the flashing. And can you see the crack in the brickwork above us? Right above us here. Can you see the Okay, can you see that little architectural feature, the little bits of small bricks? That area there, there's a crack there. We're going to come back to that later. Okay, and you've got a crack between, yeah, that's going to be addressed. It's okay. Okay. Yeah, basically it's very easy to fix. We can move that out, but we don't want it ever to come into contact with it. And what they can do is they can tape it so it stays way out of contact with anything, and that will help. So there's no bonding of the flue penetrations going through from the attic, and that's going to increase the risk of a lightning strike. Also, on the furnace flue here, which is the one on the left of the two furnaces, as respect to the attic door, there's signs of a leak, and that needs to be investigated and sealed so that we don't get water penetrating the attic. Here's the telltale sign there. Okay, so all of this is looking good. There's no smell of gas. Looks good. Yeah, that's okay. They're only what we call service boards. Well, we're at the front elevation and we've clearly got a crack. And the question is, what's causing the crack? What do you think's causing it? Well, you've got this piece of metal here. That's called a lintel. Okay, and the whole idea of that is to support the brickwork above it. So cracks in buildings like this come about a number of reasons. Settlement, in other words, the foundation's moving, but we've been around the foundation, we haven't found any evidence of it moving. But my take on it, my personal feeling is that this lintel isn't sufficiently strong enough to support the wall above it. And it's distorting the lintel. So if you come back, we come back a little bit. Can you see how the lintel is bowing down? If we stand here and you look at the wall, there's a lot of brick above it, and these lintels have to be installed with the right calculation for the amount of brick, because that lintel is supporting quite a few tonnage of brickwork, and as such those bricks above it are pushing down. There's a large load. Now if that lintel was good enough for it, this crack wouldn't appear. And it's quite big. What have we got here? Yeah, it's what? 1/8 of an inch? It's an 1/8 of an inch crack. So I think
They said this one they leave it like this for some.
yeah, this is called a weep hole. Because that's metal. As the air cools in the evening, you get condensation on it. And if you didn't have those holes there, air couldn't get in and it would rust. But because they've got the weep holes, it dries it. So this is okay, and you've got a weep hole here, but the only reason that's cracked is because this lintel is not strong enough to hold it. Now it may be that the fix is to remortar, repoint it, and let it stabilise, and it could be okay. Okay, but you know, in the report, you say, you know, you think the lintel's moving. Is this the correctly sized lintel for this particular job? In view of the fact of the bricks above it. Have you got any bricks left over from the building? So anywhere where the trim work along the bricks has little gaps in it, it's always wise to caulk it. Let's have a look at the portico. This is called a portico. And there's gaps in the trim work between the brick and the trim up there. That needs to be fixed. Side here, still looking at the walls. We've got weep holes, which is correct. And here, we've got stonework, right? All the way around, you've got these columns here. More stonework there. Stonework there. Now, can you see we've got weep holes at the bottom here? There should be weep holes at the bottom of these too. So we'll just take a photograph of one. Caulking, and this is called caulking. Here. They're there to keep the moisture out of the building and seal it. And even little holes like that can allow warm air in. Now if it's warm and moist in the summer, when it gets in and hits the conditioned air inside the building, it causes condensation, and that can lead to moisture in the wall. So if rain gets driven at that, they can get condensation in. So holes like that. So continue round. Yeah, I'm going to call out all the windows, they all need to be recorked. You're quite right, you can see along there, that shouldn't be like that. And the windows on the side are like it too. I don't know if you've noticed already, but they are. But here, around here, you've got cracks here. Okay, along the top there you've got cracks. And that's true of the windows above us. And that can all let moisture in. These windows are good, they're sealed. And then we go around the right elevation. And here, you see all of this? That's all got to be caulked. So I'm going to ask them to caulk all the windows around the house and fill up the gaps. You can see here, all the things like that. Down here. It's really a matter of paying attention to detail, because you know in a couple of years' time, even they caulk this, it'll come back again, and you need to caulk it. And if you go to a video of mine on the internet, it shows you how to do it. See the window up the top there? Can you see the crack in the caulking? So that needs to be completely recorked. That's okay. And those windows are okay. That problem. So what you want to do is all the time you want to come in and you want to look in areas like this, corners. And if there's movement, what actually happens is you get cracks in the corners here and they run through the sheetrock. Now, if you start to see cracks there, that's almost guaranteed to be movement in the foundation. And we can see this now. Okay, so that's good. So we go and look at the other walls. So you come in, you look around the crown moulding. This is called crown moulding. And then you look at the window down here. Okay, yeah, dead fly. And we look in here, just pull the blind out, have a look at your window, make sure there's no cracks in the windows or around the windows, that's good. So, move on to the rest of the house. As we do, we're really looking over arches, and here. Now we go to the back door, we're going to specifically these type of parts of the doors, it appears. So here we've got no cracks at all. It's looking good, and we also, if we open it up, very quickly check that this weather seal is in place, it's not damaged, which it isn't.
This was one of the come and go.
They came and repaired it, yeah. And it may do again, because they wear, being the door opening and closing. You shouldn't need that. We're going to go and look in towards the garage. Oh, where is the garage? No, that's not the garage door. Where's the garage door? Ah. And so what we want to make sure in the garage, there are no cracks in the ceilings. And we've got this garage door here, and we know the wall's moving there. We're going to close it. No, that's all okay, that's all good. Yeah, those gaps are okay. This is considered outside the house, the garage, so they never get those things sealed. Let's open the garage door again. And while we're here, we're going to look at the water pipes. Okay, that's the manifold. Each one of these isolates the water in some part of the house, and that's the main isolation valve. You can turn off the water to all the house.
So as you said, if I on off these and then go to work, come back and change this.
You could do that, yes, you do that. You'd know you've got a leak. You're not going to find, you'd do it, but I guarantee you're not going to find a leak out there. It's not leaking at the moment.
That's right,
Why not? Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, you can test it, why not test it? Yeah, I agree entirely. Yeah, do that. Okay, that's good. And while we're here, we'll have a look at the water heaters. They're electrical water heaters. Once a year, you need to operate this temperature pressure relief valve. This keeps you safe. That there. All you do is that. A little bit of water comes out, and it goes outside. Do it with that one.
So once in a while I need to do
Yeah,
it?
yeah, once a year. That's it. You can flip it a couple of times. What it does, this is a pin valve, and so it goes into a small aperture, and because it's quite small, the calcium and all the other minerals in the water can cling to the metal, and once they do that they can lock it in place and it will no longer open. And now if you get a problem with pressure or heat, it's not going to release it, and so it could blow up. So doing that once a year, it keeps it clean.
Yeah. I need to put it like that or proper?
Yeah, just put it like that. Either it turns, okay? You can do that. And that's going to clean it. There you go. That's it. Yeah. You've done it. It's easy enough, isn't it? So that's going to keep that safe. Then we're going to look at the electrical box, just to make sure they've got the right connectors in. They have, see it there, light breakers. Okay, these are arc fault detectors. Do you know about arc fault detectors? Yeah, well, it's very specific. It's if you get a spark, okay, that will detect it. So, take a vacuum cleaner, plug it into an outlet in the battery, in the bedroom, and run it. Now, not all vacuum cleaners, but a lot of them have brushes on the armature. And as the armature turns and it runs up against the brush, you get little sparks. That will trip them.
Sometimes it got tripped and I generate.
Yeah, and what was happening at the time?
In the bedroom when I was doing my own.
You were ironing? Yeah, you shouldn't do it for an iron. Hair dryers?
And every time when I try to switch up and pull the plug out, I see a spark.
And then it tripped? Yes, yeah. And that will trip it. It's called nuisance tripping. Really what they've been designed to detect sparks behind the wall. So for an example, where you've got an outlet, here, you've got an outlet there. Where you've got an outlet like that, it could be sparking behind the wall because there's a loose connection. You wouldn't know about it. Over time, it can cause a fire.
Yeah, and every day almost I do everything. And then fire alarm.
Yeah,
Beeps.
it beeps.
Because really good steam on
Yeah, well it will do because steam is ionized, and the smoke detectors is an ionization detector, so it picks up a change in the negative or positive ion charge in the air, and that causes it to go off.
Do you if do it where a lot of smoke detector goes up?
Yeah.
Same idea.
Yeah, I'd expect that. I'd expect that. Okay, that's all good. Let's go and continue looking at walls. We'll go upstairs. Let's see what we can find up here. So we're going to be particularly interested in the corners of the house, because if there's going to be cracks, they're going to appear in here. And we're okay. Looking at your windowsills, make sure there's no cracks along there from time to time. That could indicate water getting in, you see. You want to be able to do that. Let's go and look at the other rooms. in the media room. Oh, that's okay. That's fine. And we do the other rooms over here. Nothing here. Nothing here. That's all good. I'm just looking for cracks in there. Yeah. There's none. That's good. Let's do the other bedroom. And we'll go and look at your master. That's all good. So always look down by the windows here, around here. See what you can find. That's the return plenium. That's fine. Okay, let's go and look at the master. In the master again, you look at the corner of windows. So you're looking to see if there's any cracks. Look behind the window itself. Just put it back and look. You're looking at the bottom down here. No cracks there. That's good. And then we're looking here. Around here. None. Well, that's okay. That's good news. Yeah, they're a piece of wood or composite material, and they do move, and it's mainly heating and cooling. So, as I say, the area you get really concerned with cracks in a house is down in these corners here, running down the wall, and on the top, running up the wall. We look for cracks in here. It's all looking okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, yeah. They should be doing that. This cabinetry here, is that happening in the other cabinets? Only in this one here? Okay. Well, we'll put that in the report. Yeah, because of that. Yeah, yeah. Well, while we're in here, we'll just have a look inside here. Make sure it's done correctly. It is. That's good. Yeah, yeah. Alright, let's go through. So, what we know now is that, yeah, there's cracks at the front of the house, but there's no apparent settlement in the building, so I think it's down to the issues of the lintel. So we've got no crack here, none there, none there. Look behind the wall or the window. It's okay at the bottom there. It's okay there. All's looking good. So we've done windows, we've done walls and doors, cabinet in here. Oh, look at the top. Cabinetry in here. We want to look inside the bathroom. The cabinet here. You've got gas. Well, no, it's coming away here. So we're going to say, you know, premature deterioration in the finish. So we've got problems with the finish coming off on the cabinetry in the kitchen. All the way around, all of these cabinets got problems with the finish. I don't know, it depends on how they finished it, but you know, that's their problem. We're going to report it and say, look, these shouldn't be acting like this. We'll look inside here. Yes, we have a clear out. Dishwasher's connected correctly. Okay. Yeah. Empty the freezer out completely. Pull it out, and when you pull it out, you'll find there's possibly a little kink in the water pipe. I got the same problem. Exactly the same problem. The pipe, believe it or not, because water's going through it on and off, the pipe actually moves, and sometimes you can get into a position where it just stops the water flowing. Yeah. And you know, once it's empty, you could probably pull this out without emptying it because the floor here is hard and strong. It's a tile floor. Yeah, it'd be worth doing it just to clear it out. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to go around and check the faucets. We're just looking to make sure they're not prematurely, you know, loose. We're going to look at the faucets in every bathroom. If these ever come loose, at the back here, you come in here, you see the pipe, you see that pipe there? That pipe goes right up to the actual faucet itself, okay? And at the bottom, if you put your hand underneath there, you'll find a nut. Just put your hand right up, you find something that allows you to tighten it, screws up. And just tighten it if it comes loose. It's not loose, but that's a common thing for it to happen that way. Let's go and do the upstairs bathroom. Check that everything's okay there. So we're going to have a look at the bathrooms. They're not loose, that's good. And just checking the connections in here. It's okay. That's alright. That's good. Okay. Okay, let's go and look at the master faucets. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.